Eek Halloween. Eek Halloween. There's a big round moon in a dark, dark sky. The chickens are nervous. Do you know why? It's because strange things are happening. One-sided pumpkin with flickering eyes. One-sided mouse of an enormous size. One met a duck with ridiculous feet. One heard a robot intone trick or treat. They all saw a witch and a wizard too. Yes, the chickens are nervous, so here's what they do. They all hide their eyes, they don't dare to peek. And someone shouts boo and the chickens go eek. What's going on here? What does it mean? Relax, silly chickens, it's Halloween. Brown bear, what do you see? Brown bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. Red bird, what do you see? I see a yellow duck looking at me. Yellow duck, what do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me. Green frog, what do you see? I see a purple cat looking at me. Purple cat, what do you see? I see a white dog looking at me. White dog, what do you see? I see a black sheep looking at me. Black sheep, what do you see? I see a goldfish looking at me. Goldfish, what do you see? I see a teacher looking at me. Teacher, what do you see? I see children looking at me. Children, what do you see? We see a brown bear, a red bird, a green frog, a black sheep, a goldfish, a yellow duck, a blue horse, a purple cat, a white dog, and a teacher looking at us. That's what we see. Biscuit, pet, and play Halloween. It's Halloween, Biscuit. Our friends are here to go trick-or-treating. Woof, woof. Silly puppy, that's not a real furry cat. It's only a costume. Look, Biscuit. Look, Biscuit, there are clouds. Look, Biscuit, there are clowns and cowboys, silky ghosts, and more. Woof, woof. Off we go, Biscuit. Woof, woof. Oh, Biscuit, no tugging on the scarecrow's scratchy straw. Woof. Woof, woof. Biscuit, where are you going? Woof. Funny puppy, you found a sparkly crown. The Going to Bed book. The sun had set not long ago. Now everybody goes below to take a bath in one big tub with soap all over, scrub, scrub, scrub. They hang their towels on the wall and find pajamas big and small. With some on top and some beneath, they brush and brush and brush their teeth. And when the moon is on the rise, they all go up to exercise. And down once more, but not so fast, they're on their way to bed at last. The day is done, they say goodnight, and somebody turns off the light. The moon is high, the sea is deep, they rock and rock and rock to sleep. Brown Bear and Friends. Numbers are everywhere. Let's count all that Brown Bear sees. One baby bear in a tree. Now what does Brown Bear see? Two skunks play high and low. Brown Bear stops to watch the show. Three flowers grow, bright and tall. Brown Bear sniffs and smells them all. Four butterflies flutter by. Each one catches Brown Bear's eyes. Five insects scuttle fast. Brown Bear watches the bugs pass. Count along with Brown Bear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look how numbers come alive. 6 acorns on the forest floor. Squirrel and Brown Bear look for more. 7 bees zoom around. Brown Bear hears their buzzing sound. 8 leaves wave up high. Brown Bear gazes at the sky. 9 birds chirp and tweet. Brown Bear hears their song is so sweet. 9 birds chirp and tweet. Brown Bear hears their song so sweet. Ten stars shining bright. Brown Bear, time for bed, good night. Count along with Brown Bear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brown Bear, count them again. The Very Hungry Caterpillar, Peekaboo Halloween. This trick-or-treat bucket is filled up to the brim. Could the very hungry caterpillar be hiding deep in? This trick-or-treat bucket is filled up to the brim. Could the very hungry caterpillar be hiding deep within? Peekaboo, we found you. Now the leaves have fallen and they're raking into a pile. When you see the caterpillar, he will surely make you smile. Peekaboo, we found you. These Halloween animals look ready for the night. Who's that hiding among them, tiny, green, and bright? Peekaboo, we found you. Look at all these cupcakes. Which one would you choose? Keep your eye on that caterpillar. He's so easy to lose. Peekaboo, we found you. Now everyone has gathered for some tricks. Now everyone has gathered for some tricks and tasty treats. Our very hungry friend arrives and of course he eats. Peekaboo and happy Halloween. Enjoy the fun and sweets. Elmo's trick or treat fun. Furry Red Monster is excited for Halloween. Elmo can't wait to go trick or treating, says Elmo. But first, Elmo needs a costume to wear. Costumes hang in Elmo's closet. Should Elmo be a firefighter or a bunny? Elmo asks his goldfish Dorothy. Glub, glub, says Dorothy. Pumpkins are getting decorated. Elmo, Abby, and Grover are using markers to color in faces on the pumpkins. 4 trick-or-treaters walk down the stairs. 5 bats fly overhead. The count counts them as they flutter around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bats. Ah, 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 says the count. 6 bowls are filled to the top with sweet treats. Me happy to share special Halloween candy, says Cookie Monster. 7 spiders hang from a web. 8 black cats watch all the fun. Do you think there are monsters in the haunted house? Grover asks nervously. There will be when Grover and Elmo go in, Elmo says with a giggle. 9 ghost decorations swing in the breeze. Watch your head, Big Bird, says Rosita. 10 friends on Sesame Street, wishing you a very happy Halloween. Have fun trick-or-treating, they all say. Biscuit visits the pumpkin patch. Woof woof, here, sweet puppy, climb in. Just look at all the pumpkins, Biscuit. Just look at all the pumpkins, Biscuit. There are big pumpkins and small pumpkins. Woof woof. Funny puppy, you picked a pumpkin that's just the right size. We can carve this pumpkin to make a jack-o'-lantern, Biscuit, and that pumpkin will make a delicious pie. Woof woof. Oh, Biscuit, no digging now. Look, Biscuit, we can even paint a pumpkin at the pumpkin patch. How do you like this one, Biscuit? Woof woof. Biscuit, where are you going? Woof woof, silly puppy. You found puddles. Woof woof, bow wow. Hop hop, woof. Even the little bunny is visiting the pumpkin patch today. Come along, Biscuit. It's time to go home. We have lots of pumpkins and lots of friends too. Bow wow, hop hop, woof woof. Big Halloween party. The Berenstain Bears big Halloween party. It was autumn in Bear Country and Halloween was on its way. This year the whole neighborhood was getting together for a big Halloween party at the Bears family treehouse. There would be a costume parade, games, and refreshments, a costume contest, and a trick-or-treat for all. Brother, sister, and honey could hardly wait. The Cubs were thinking about their costumes. I'm going to be a fire-breathing dragon, said brother. I'm going to be a swan mutant superhero, said sister. I'm gonna be a big bug, said Honey proudly. A bug? asked sister, surprised. Yes, said Honey. A ladybug. Oh, said brother. That will be cute. Mama and Papa overheard the Cubs. Excuse me, said Mama. Where are these costumes coming from? The Halloween store, says brother. I'm not sure the Halloween store has those costumes, says Papa. Perhaps you and Mama can help us make them, said sister. Mama and Papa looked at each other and sighed. On Halloween Day, the Cubs' costume were ready. They were magnificent. The whole family had indeed worked on them together. The neighbors were decorating the treehouse. And setting out games and refreshments. The neighborhood Cubs were wildly excited. Said Papa, now we're going to fill them up with sugar and candy. The party began with a grand costume parade. The Cubs were given all sorts of noisemakers, toy horns, cowbells, pot lids to bang on, or drums to whack. They set off on a tour of the neighborhood. Toot, boing, clang, whomp went the noisemakers. The Cubs looked very nice in their costumes, and they had a wonderful time making all that noise. When the parade got back to the treehouse, everyone was hungry and thirsty. The parents dawdled out refreshments, and when everyone was refreshed, the games began. There was bobbing for apple. Little Billy Griswold lost a tooth biting into an apple. That's all right, he grinned. It was worth the tooth loot anyways. Papa supervised the beanbag toss. Hey, he said as a cub accidentally bounced a beanbag off his head. Sorry, said the cub. Mama was in charge of face painting. She did a wonderful job. By the time she was done, the Cubs' own parents didn't recognize them. Mr. and Mrs. Brainerd ran the pin the bone on the skeleton game and the musical tombstone game. At the end, Lizzie and Cousin Fred both sat down on the last tombstone at exactly the same moment, so it was declared a tie. The other Cubs happily ran circles around Lizzie and Fred. Next came the pumpkin pinata. Papa held it out on a long pole for the Cubs to whack with a baseball bat, while blindfolded. The first Cub got a bit The first cub got a bit confused and whacked Papa. "Ow!" yelled Papa. Eventually someone took good aim and burst the pumpkin wide open. The cubs gathered up the scattered candy while poor Papa rubbed. Eventually someone took good aim and burst the pumpkin wide open. The cubs gathered up the scattered candy while poor Papa rubbed his leg. The party finished with a costume judging contest. The cubs got up one at a time to display their costumes while everyone applauded. Then prizes were awarded. There was lots of prizes. "And for the witch with the strangest hat," said Mama. "And for the witch with the straightest hat," said Mama, giving out a prize. "And for the dinosaur with the sharpest horn," said Papa, giving out another prize. Soon all the cubs had prizes, and trick-or-treat began. It was getting dark, and the neighborhood was looking quite spooky. There were flickering lanterns along the street. Pumpkins glowed on every porch. There were fake skeletons, ghosts, goblins, spiders, and monsters everywhere. The cubs set off. Parents went along with the little ones. They marched up to each front door and knocked. Some doors were old and creaky, and some The cubs set off. Parents went along with the little ones. They marched up to each front door and knocked. Some doors were old and creaky, and some houses had sound effects of shrieking and moans. It was pretty scary, but when the doors were open, friendly neighbors were inside. "Trick or treat," the cubs cried and held out bags and baskets for their treats. When the last candy bar had been gathered and the final lollipop selected, the cubs returned to the treehouse to count their loot. They arranged it in neat little piles. 5 berry nut bars, said brother. 17 grizzly pops, said sister. Lots of honey drops, said Honey, who couldn't count very well. It was getting late. The moon was rising as the families headed home. The little ones were fast asleep in their parents' arms. "Good night," called Mama, Papa, brother, sister, and Honey. "Happy Halloween." And happy Halloween, the neighbors called back. A wonderful Halloween party had been had by all. My Little Pumpkin Halloween is a great big tree. It's something wonderful, and it's pretty sweet. When the leaves on the tree turn yellow, orange, and red, that's when the magic begins to spread. Big orange pumpkins line up in a row. Soon their smiles will twinkle and glow. We all dress up in costumes so colorful and bright. It's like a big parade as we walk in the moonlight. You can dress up to be anything you want to be, like a pumpkin, a piglet, a bunny, or even a tree. You could be a star, a fireman, a green dinosaur, or even a lion with a big great roar. Houses are dressed up with ghosts and witches too. Spooky sounds may fill the air. Listen for a boo! Trick or treat is what will happily scream as neighbors give us candy and holler, "Happy Halloween!" My little pumpkin will have a beautiful and spectacular day. I'll be right by your side every step of the way. Happy Halloween! Look around this pumpkin patch to find someone hiding in a pumpkin. Pick your favorite costume in the parade, then look for a forest animal that can disguise itself. Time for a haunted hayride. Open up the barn doors to meet some friends who live on the farm. Let's decorate pumpkins. It's fun to give them silly faces. Sometimes you need help from someone older. Knock, knock, trick or treat. Open the doors to see who is handing out candy at this house. There are lots of yummy things to eat at this Halloween party. Try to find some tricks among the treats. Great night moon. In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of the cow jumping over the moon. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs, and 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens, and a little toy house and a young mouse, and a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush and a quiet old lady who was whispering hush. Good night room, good night moon, good night cow jumping over the moon, good night light and the red balloon, good night bears, good night chairs, good night kittens and good night mittens, good night clocks and good night socks, good night little house and good night mouse, good night comb and good night brush, good night nobody, good night mush, and good night to the old lady whispering hush, good night stars, good night air, good night noises everywhere. Happy Halloween, Daniel Tiger. Hi neighbor, it's me, Daniel Tiger. We're dressing up for Halloween in the neighborhood of make-believe. Come and see what we all want to be. I want to be my favorite book character with the hat and these binoculars. Can you guess who I want to dress up as? Tiggy the Adventure Tiger. I am brave and strong. Halloween is my favorite day because I love to dress up. I'm going to wear this red hat and these boots. Can you guess where I'm going to be? A firefighter. I help people. I want to make my costume. I'm going to use a box and some crayons. Can you guess what I want to be? A robot. Beep boop bop. I changed my costume. See my sparkly tutu? Can you guess what I am now? I am a ballerina. I twirl and I leap. My costume tells people when to stop and when to go. Can you guess what my costume is? A traffic light. Stop. Go. I changed my costume again. Now I am wearing the pink cape. Can you guess what I am? A superhero. Super Catarina saves the day. It's my turn. I want to dress up as something gold. It's also something that is very special to me. Guess what I want to be? A shiny gold rock from my rock collection. It's time for a Halloween parade in the neighborhood. Come join us. Hold on, I want to change my costume again. Wait until you see what I'm going to dress up as now. A superhero firefighter ballerina mommy. Happy Halloween from all your friends in the neighborhood. Pete the Cat, Halloween. Happy Halloween. It's time for the trick-or-treat carnival. Pete is a groovy mummy. He can't wait to see his friends. Pete finds Callie at the wacky candy fountain. Callie's an awesome astronaut. Ready to blast off, Callie asks. Roger that, says Pete. Pete finds Alligator at the creepy corn maze. Alligator is a spooky skeleton. I hope we get lots of candy, says Alligator. Me too, Pete replies. Pete finds Emma at the spooky haunted house. Emma is a not so scary witch. Check out my broom, Emma says. Wicked, says Pete. Pete finds Squirrel at the pumpkin carving contest. Squirrel is a mighty wizard. Abracadabra, Squirrel yells. Nice, says Pete. Pete finds Gus on the bouncy hayride. Gus is a silly ghost. Boo, Gus shouts. Spooktacular, Pete says. Pete finds Grumpy Toad near the start of the parade. Grumpy Toad is a creepy spider. Look at my 8 legs. I made them myself, Grumpy Toad says. Look for the trick-or-treat, Pete replies. Pete spots Mary in the crowd dressed as a pumpkin. Come on, it's time for the Halloween parade, Marty says. Happy Halloween. On Halloween night, the very busy spider is looking for her friends. Who does she see flying high in the sky when the stars... On Halloween night, the very busy spider is looking for her friends. Who does she see flying high in the sky with the stars and the clouds having a good time? A hooting owl. Who does she see hanging upside down in a tree who flies through the night as fast as can be? A friendly bat. Who does she see smiling up at the moon, hoping to join his friends very soon? A kind fox. The very busy spider has found all her friends, and now it is time for spooky fun before the night ends. Trick or treat!